All right, we are live and on air. Welcome back to another edition of KickoffLabs Marketing Chats. My name is Josh Ledgard. I'm the co-founder of KickoffLabs. With me, as per usual, is Izzy. You want to say hi, Izzy?
Sure, I'll say hi. Well, this week we're doing landing page reviews. Actually, I was just writing up a quick tweet, but this week we're doing landing page reviews, and glad to have you with us and looking forward to reviewing your pages, providing our best feedback.
All right. So if you're not already a Kickoff Labs customer, this series of reviews is sponsored by Kickoff Labs. We make it really easy to create smarter campaigns that are more viral, more effective, more engaging, and have an improved conversion rate over what you might get with, say, some other traditional, simply a landing page provider. Our goal is to make it quick for you to set up a landing page, but more effective for you to get more customers. So we want you to get as many conversions as you can. Part of that is offering this kind of guidance and feedback because we want to be able to look at the pages you guys are developing, help you improve, have you hopefully come back and say, hey, I made some of those changes you guys suggested, and now instead of a 25% conversion rate, I've got a 35% conversion rate. Obviously, for each of the pages of review, there's probably a lot more feedback we could do for the whole campaign overall, and you can always send us some questions and have us take a look at pages in your campaign. But we're gonna take a look at the pages and kind of look for the low-hanging fruit, the things that'll give you the biggest bang for your buck changing. And I love it. We've had some cases where people will have been making changes during the reviews, and then they ask us to come back at the end of the review session and look at their updates, and generally the pages have been dramatically improved. We do this live so that it can be interactive and you can ask questions, you can talk to one another, you can offer your own suggestions and feedback. I love to see that. We'll stop every now and then to check out the chat room that's below the video and see, and read some of the comments out loud and see what people are saying and see the kind of feedback that you have for each other throughout the event. All right, with the introductions out of the way, let's move on quickly to the first page. I'm going to share my screen, and I believe the first person we're going to look at is here in attendance. We're going to look at I Buy Sell with the cute eye for the iPhone, I imagine. All right, so I Buy Sell, easy and simple way to shop and sell. Get great deals and see prices fall in our Snap sales is the headline. Enter to win $100 shopping pass and invite a friend rewards. I think this heading could be greatly simplified, and there's a lot of ways to look at simplification of this headline. The first is that within the top section there are one large font with one color, a second smaller font with a color that's colored white, a third color now. I think this is probably the same size as this font, but now we're at 3 different fonts and sizes, and then down here we're at 4 colors, fonts and sizes that are within this headline. So what I would do is I would simply make everything one color, whether you pick the yellow, the white, the darker orange. I would look at this page and say, let's make it simpler, make it all one color. Don't make those things distracting, because what happens now is you sort of got these 2 yellows that take your eyes away from the call to action in the center. And I would just leave it as white. And then if it's white, then this call to action is the only thing that's really colored with the button. And you can make the button the yellow or the orange, which might be more effective than the blue once you change the text away from the yellow as well, because the blue does, the blue also might be a good choice. It does stand out. That's something you can test. You can do with a simple A/B test. When it comes to the text, yeah.
Real quick, amazing feedback. But actually, you know what? I think that the page that he wanted us to take a look at is actually published to ibuysellapp.com.
Okay.
Sorry for the interruption there. That's the one.
Okay, we can look at this page too. I still maintain that feedback is valuable for anyone creating a page like that. Simplify your font choices, simplify your colors, so that things get pulled through to the call to action on the page. All right, so looking at this page, So there's not a headline right away. There's simply this introducing text up here. I would think about making this the logo, the I buy sell, with a similar sort of headline to what I saw on the previous page. Because if you just sort of step back a few feet and you just ignore all of the small text, what I take away from this page is there's an iPhone with the text introducing. And so it tells me there's an app and you're introducing an app. But imagine that nobody could read any of this smaller text on the page and what people would take away from it, like with the headlines. So the headlines have to speak and be your elevator pitch for the landing page. You have under 4 seconds to grab somebody's attention. So I would really think about how you get, instead of using that space for introducing, how you put some headline copy in there to say, what it is, similar to the way the last page was trying to introduce the app. Even if it's saying something in a headline as simple as sell items faster and keep more profits in under 90 seconds. So that's the copy that's in here, like sell faster and keep more profits in under 90 seconds. Or, we help small businesses sell faster and make more profit in under 90 seconds. Even that, if it's a little bit longer, would be a great headline to call out. So I might change, this to be the logo, make that some headline text above in the area here. And then you could shorten this. So sign up for a free beta release and enter to win. This should be one sentence. So sign up for our free beta release and enter to win $100 in free shopping rewards when you invite friends. Should just be one sentence in bold. I like how it's separated and called out, but it should just be the same line. There's no reason to call out the two separate steps, like sign up and then improve, because you're going to talk about the improvement probably on the next page is what I'm imagining here. So the sign up, and it does match the call to action. You have sign up, you have sign up. So that's been customized. That's good. It doesn't just say submit. And let's see what happens when we sign up. All right, so I'm taken to a referral page. And again, this is something that we specialize in at KickoffLabs, is these thank you referral pages. So thanks for your interest. Now win a $100 shopping spree when you invite a friend. So let's see. And I think it'd be nice to get a verification of what I actually got. Like, was I entered to win and I'm just improving my odds? Just something that confirms what I'm in for. Like, if it's just that signing up gets me into the beta, it should say, thanks, you'll be in the beta. It should confirm what they were getting in for default for signing. So at least that's the first thing out of the way. Is like, what did I get just for signing up? And if you can explain that, it's better. Now looking through the rest of the page, improve your chances by converting a friend, win a $100 shopping spree when you invite a friend. I'm not quite sure either of those are very clear, because I doubt if I just invite a friend, you're going to give me a $100 shopping spree. It's invite a friend and qualify to win, a $100 shopping spree, or invite a friend and invite a friend to improve your odds of winning a shopping spree. Like, actually be very clear about what the rules are, what the expectation is. And again, the same thing, it's a little bit confusing with the copy below. So you have the friends joined, and it says free $100 pass, but that really isn't, but then in here you're saying $1 shopping pass, $3, $5, $7, $10 shopping pass. A simple way to look at it would be invite friends and earn free money and a chance to win a $100 shopping pass. Because really what you're doing here is you're saying, for every couple of friends invited, you're giving them a different level of dollar rewards to spend. And then you're also entering them to win. And so be really clear about what that is, because this line should just simply be, your reward, or, at that level, like friends joined, your reward for doing it, instead of saying the free pass, because that's not what you're giving out at 2, at 5, at 10, at 15, at 25. You're really just saying that's the enter to win text here. I think this could just be much more clear about what the promotion is and how they get each of the steps, or what they've gotten for signing up, what they get, why they should invite a friend, and what they're entered to win. at the highest level, because you're giving something for everyone, which is great. You've got some great rewards. Like, you just have to get 2 people referred and you get $1. And 5 people and you get $5. Or $3 shopping pass. And I think it's a great reward scheme. I think it just needs to be consistently explained in the copy, the way it works. Because right now it kind of goes back and forth, like $100 when you invite a friend, $100 shopping pass, but then here it's 1, 2, 3, 7, 10. So it's not quite clear, that it matches. Izzy, did you have any feedback? Izzy?
Sorry, I was jumping around trying to get back to the page. Well, I didn't have any specific feedback, but the owner of the page, Kaus, was actually asking, and I kind of didn't understand if that would be, if like parts would be in the top of the page, but obviously you did answer his questions. He said, got it. And his last question is, which is a better landing page? Which one do you prefer? The one that you looked at first, or the one that we were just looking at?
I prefer the one that converts better, since you have both of them ready and you can run an A/B test against both of them. I always prefer the one that looks better. If I had my way, I thought the first page, just after you made the color changes that I suggested, would be a much better page than the second one you showed. Because I think it explained what it was in the page. You didn't have to work on the copy as much as you did in the second page. You had a lot of work to do to fit the copy in and get the copy looking nice on the page, whereas the first page was kind of ready to go as is. But overall, if you've got both pages ready, I don't see why you just don't run an A/B test with one versus the other. And one of the features that KickoffLabs provide not only is A/B test, but if you have a limited number of traffic, you won't lose conversions to a poor version, because the version that's better at converting will keep getting shown more and more frequently throughout the A/B test, and you'll see that in the results. So hopefully that answered the question. Izzy, do you want to pick up with the next page?
Sure. Let's pick up with the next page. Actually, Kaus also mentioned that he's not getting any conversions at this point. Well, at this point, I would really focus on driving traffic to your site. Oops. I would really focus on driving traffic to your site, and just, actually, I was going to grab a blog post that I was about to share, and I'll share it in the chat right after I grab the next page. But yeah, I mean, driving traffic and then focusing on which is the highest converting page, and use that one. So we have a few pages in line, and since guest 9613, we'd love to know who you are. You can sign into the chat here and let us know your name, but we're going to take a look at your page at joblab.com. So it's taking a little bit to load, and I have a relatively quick connection. Okay, so whenever you see like a GIF icon here that's like a loader, whenever this comes with your theme or with your WordPress install or whatever, you know that it's a slow loading theme. Okay, if the designer actually took the time to make that little GIF animation look nice, then that means that the actual designer knows that it's a heavy theme, that it's going to take a long time to load, that there's a whole bunch of JavaScript and jQuery that's going to make the page slow, and that's going to affect performance. I mean, people on mobile connections especially, they really, they like to see pages load within, I think there's a statistic that says like 3 to 5 seconds, something within that time frame.
Yeah, it's got to be under 4 seconds.
Boom,
but even within that 4 seconds, I look at it, and if you're counting down those 4 seconds and you're showing a circle, people are impatient with those circles. You're just asking people to walk away and leave your page. So that design had better be 50% better than a simpler page that could be loaded instantly. And the thing about this page, once it loaded, is I don't see any videos, I don't see any animations, I don't see why the page really couldn't have loaded more instantaneously. And maybe as Izzy goes through, there's some things about the page that are more complex. But that's the first bit of feedback, is this page needs to come up faster. There's no reason this page should have a spinning GIF in front of it.
Okay, so now we're looking at the page, and actually I did reload the page, and it still took a little bit of time to actually reload, and that's with all the assets cached on onto my browser. So if you're unaware what happens in the domain, well, in the web domain, if someone's visited your page, the CSS, like all the styles, they get cached into the browser, and still reloading the page still took quite a while. But there's some animations. Okay, create your profile. But I'm just wondering how necessary these animations are. I mean, it just seems like it's just a normal app. You know, it's like a web app from what I could tell from the image, but there's nothing here that actually tells me that it's a web app or exactly what's going on. And this actual text, you know, the easiest way to get a grad job or internship, it's very general. In my opinion, well, I mean, we honestly have somewhat of a general headline. We've A/B tested general headlines, and they tend to work for us because that's what our customers have directly told us. So it says here that you've helped over 3,000 students. If that's exactly what they say about your company, that's what I would actually place as a headline. So I mean, just creating this kind of feedback loop with your customers, with people who you've already done business with. Ask them, you know, what do you think about our company? What's a one-line description about what we do?
Yeah, and even asking them, like I said, what's a one-line description? What's the biggest thing we helped you with? You know, what's the biggest, you know, if you say we helped you, like, what's the biggest benefit you got? And then use that biggest benefit in the headline. And so, like in our case, we use the copy quick and easy way to set up, because that came directly from customers. We had several customers in a survey say it was super quick and easy to get going. That phrase kept being repeated, and so we used that in our copy because it was grabbing more people who are looking for the same thing in the copies. I'll let you keep going, Izzy.
Sure thing. Someone was actually knocking on my door. I was like, "What? Who the heck is that?" But no one important. Okay, so going through the rest of the page. I mean, as we mentioned, that animation is really going to slow down your site overall. And let me see. I'm looking for your main call to action. So your main call to action is basically apply to join. But what happens when I apply to join? First off, it opens a new tab. Generally, tend to dislike, especially when you're just signing up for a new account. And just features just some weird form. It just doesn't really inform me too much at all. It just says sign up. You know, it's not a great overall experience for me. Clicking on the
think about each page having its own job. So the first page, then if you're going to separate out into two different pages, this page's job is to convince you to click that button. And so I might look at the call to action, because you don't say anywhere about this is a membership site or you have to join. But the call to action could simply be like, get an internship or get a grad job, like something there that matches the headline. You know, get placed at an internship instead of apply to join. And the green is a little bit, doesn't stand out as much as it could. I think you're going with some simplicity in the color schemes. I think it could be a little bit brighter, bolder, bigger button to get people to click. Like Izzy said, I would just cut the animations. The page is simple enough. You don't need animations flying in. Reduce the page load time. And then on that second page, I think what Izzy is getting at, and I agree with him, is that this second page, now the job is you got to convince them to give you their email address and password, and there's nothing to convince me on this page why I should sign up. Because imagine I just came to this page in a vacuum, in a factory line vacuum, and this page comes to me and I have to figure out what to do with it, and it doesn't tell me there's no context provided, it doesn't match with the previous page. It just like sign up. Like, I don't know. What if I forgot? I had short-term memory and I forgot what I was signing up for. There should at least be something on this page that says, you know, sign up to start getting, or sign up to get the internship of your dreams, or sign up to find the best match. Like just something just a simple headline. Go ahead, Izzy.
Something. I mean, just testimonials. Something. I mean, this is one of the most important parts of your marketing funnel. I mean, you're trying to get people to actually sign up, so you really got to focus on making this page as actionable as possible. You know, placing testimonials, just a stronger headline, something that's gonna convince a little bit more.
Yeah, think about this page as its own. Think about this page as its own landing page, right? And how would it work on its own if you just happened upon this page? And the answer is it probably wouldn't do very well on its own.
Yeah, unfortunately, probably would not. Something else that kind of grabbed me, but shouldn't be too much of an issue for visitors, but you never know. I mean, looking at your call to action, there's a, it's like a certain shade of green here, which there's a different shade of green here, and it doesn't really sync up with your brand colors. I mean, to me, this is like a different color green. So I would just, just like Josh said, simplify colors, simplify your headline with the best headline that you could grab, provided that you get feedback from your actual customers. And I mean, other than that, like, this section is actually a good section of the page. It's very simple. Customize your digital CV. Tells you exactly what's going on. I would actually probably provide a few more details here in the actual paragraph section, but and the call to action is not so strong because it's just transparent, but it's a good section. I mean, things down here, I mean, you see faces. There's like a somewhat of a testimonial down here. So yeah, I mean, down here looks pretty good. But I'm kind of weary of like using different call to actions, because you have a certain color one here. It says applied to join. Okay, well, the same one here, and a green one here. I would just unify one, have a single call to action, and also put a call to action here at the top, because there's no call to action at the header in your nav bar. So yep, that's pretty much my feedback. Josh, would you like to provide any feedback? Any additional?
No, I was going to move on to the next page, which is Parking Angels.
Let's do this. Okay, that's a video background page, which I saw, but I think they're using a different theme. But let's take a look.
Yeah, it's a different theme than our video background. We have a video background page. It's a different theme. Now, the challenge with the video background themes is because the video changes, it makes the text harder to read. So you really have to think about, are there things like, notice with the clouds that come up every now and then, the white text becomes hard to read. It could be that the text needs like a shadow or something behind it so it stands out. Notice how like the timing colors have a black outline on the timer. Those numbers are easier to read than the pitch of the app, Parking Angels coming soon. Just something to think about. I mean, you might even consider putting a semi-transparent black background around the whole center of this section, like to box it in a little bit. And still keep the video going in the background, because the importance of the video is kind of to show this motion of traffic, it seems like. And you could do that while still having a black box kind of around this that separates the center so it's easier to identify. The couple things about this page, one is I really hate the giant coming soon text, because what that does is that just says to whoever's on the page, there's nothing here now. And people walk away. It's you're telling visitors, like, we're not open yet, leave, there's nothing to see and do here. But you've got things you want people to see and do. You've got people, you want them to sign up, and you want them to share here. Now, I'll comment on that in a second, but again, get rid of this coming soon text. Make this text that explains what it is actually easy to read. Notice that black background. Once I highlight it, man, I can read the text now. Parking Angels is a free app that's going to prevent parking tickets. Okay, now I know what you are. Use the font size that this coming soon is to highlight this, this in here. Now, I would also move the form above the timer. And that's because you want people to know that there's a call to action that's on the page, and this is the call to action, the primary one that you want them to take, I'm assuming, because it's the highest call to action on the page. And I would move that above the timer. Then I would put the timer, then I would have these share as the secondary call to action. The other thing about this page is there is absolutely zero incentives for me to sign up right now. You have a timer that's counting down, but it's 7 weeks out. And even if I sign up before the 7 weeks, do I get something? So usually, like, if you're gonna have a timer, it shouldn't just be counting down to your launch. It should be counting down to, if you sign up before this, you're getting free service, you're getting a discount, you're getting a $100 credit, you're getting a free PDF on how to avoid parking tickets, you're getting that we're gonna pay for your next parking ticket. I don't know what it is, I don't know how your app works, but I do know that if you put an incentive here to get people to sign up, that speaks directly to the people that you're trying to approach to your audience, you will greatly improve your conversion rate. And again, I say this all the time, get notified. So if I sign up, we'll send you an install link when we launch. Horrible launch strategy. And I know you're here, and I know you're KickoffLabs customer, and I hate to say it, but it's just a bad launch strategy, because I sign up now, 7 weeks from now, I get a random email from Parking Angels. I've gotten nothing else in the meantime, no benefit, no value out of it. And I get this email that says, here's a new app. I've just launched, check it out. And most likely I'm going to ignore it because it's been 7 weeks. I forgot that I signed up in your page. I forgot what it was about. I got nothing helpful out of the interaction the first time. So when I get your second email, I'm going to ignore it. That's just the way it is. You were going to say something, Izzy? All right, I'll wait. If Izzy has something to say, he'll speak up.
No, I was actually muted.
Okay, so then the next thing about the page like this, please share us. Because of the color of the button, this button is kind of white. It goes with the text. The thing that stands out if you step back 10 feet on this page, if you see anything, is these please share us. But that's not doing you any good if you're not actually getting people signed up. I would focus on just the one call to action at this point, the getting people to enter their email address. Drop these share us links until the second part of the process. There's also this subtle arrow because the screen takes, I assume the whole width going down, and you've got this arrow. Nobody clicks these. It's not going to be seen. People aren't going to know to scroll. It works better if you just had a line and the video was just in the header section, or if it was just the video page. So you get to the about section of the page. So I'm going to assume that most people aren't even going to see this, but I'll give you a little bit of feedback anyway. The parking angels app will prevent you from ever getting into the park. Great, that was in your big call to action. With everybody helping out, we'll take a snapshot or global community mapping, seeing where you're getting parking tickets. I think it's an interesting idea. You're explaining it well. You've got these 4 phases here. You've got the team stuff. And now you've got this other call to action down here, which I would honestly just drop. You've got the one submit. What you can do is when you focus on this one, and when people sign up, you can say, hey, if you have any questions for us in the automatic reply, feel free to send us the app, or feel free to send us the question now. So now what happens if I sign up? I know one of our themes has this. I'm not necessarily myself a huge fan that while you're filling people out the form out, they get negative feedback. So if you notice, while I've started filling this out, it's got a red X. It's sort of telling me to stop, and it says like, oh, it's not a valid email address. Well, I just started typing. It's not a valid email address. It's still telling me it's not a valid email address. I'm just not a big fan of it. And yeah, it does say check to green when I have it. But really, you could wait till the focus was out and then check and tell me it's not a valid email address, or even when I click the button to tell me it's not a valid email address. Okay, so now I've been signed up. Help spread the word by sharing. Again, there's no incentive to this. There's no reason I should go ahead and share the link. If you're going to use our service, you can have the referral link. Come up with at least a reason, like, hey, we're going to give away $100 to the person. Like, just something that's simple. If you're going to spend time and effort and money in this launch and you want to do it right, spend the time and money and effort to add incentive for people to share and spread the word about your product. It could be as simple as a contest where the person with the most referrals gets something, or a chance to win something if that's weighted by referrals like the previous person you saw. But add some incentive. It seems like you're focused a lot on the video background and the countdown and getting people to share, but you're not telling them why. You're not adding incentive. You're not adding value to their lives. And that's what you need to do up front is provide incentive, add value, reinforce that value throughout the launch process during the 7 weeks. Have some communication in the middle. It says, hey, we're 3 weeks out from launch. Did you know that here's the worst city to live in with parking tickets? Just something that's useful and informative that goes along with your brand along the way. Izzy, did you have any feedback?
Well, David actually mentioned that he's thinking about implementing our leaderboard, one of our new thank you pages, which is extremely viral. It shows people their place in line, and it works great as a contest and just for showing people where they are. So he's thinking about implementing that, and he's thinking of a way to implement the rewards, and if we have any suggestions. And right now I was trying to think off the bat, but nothing comes to mind.
No, I would just do it really simply. Like, use the leaderboard template, which will have a list of the leaders that have signed up with the most referrals, and just say for every referral you get an additional entry in the hat to win the prize. Just have a simple prize. Doesn't have to be a lot of money. Just a simple prize, and just have the person with the most entries gets improved odds of winning. So that way people have incentive to share. That still doesn't take care of the incentive to sign up. I still think you need some incentive, even if the incentive to sign up is, you'll be entered to win, so-and-so, or you'll be entered to win, I don't know, a great new iPhone that runs the Waze app or something that's related. Ideally, the reward is somehow related to your brand and what you do. And so you're probably the best perspective on, who your ideal customers what they would like to win as a reward. I tend to tell people to say, stay away if you can from a general reward, like, hey, we'll just give you a $100 Amazon card, because then you just get people entering the contest who are just interested in the $100. But if the reward is something that would speak to your audience and be something that they would value, that's the best reward. And you can fall back on something more general. All right.
I just had one last bit of feedback on this page, Josh, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Really? Well, I mean, I like the. I don't really love video backgrounds. I mean, I know that they're trendy. That's why we built a theme, and we've seen that they are converting okay. Really depends on which video background you're actually using. But okay, my comments are really to. I would really actually maybe kind of separate the page from the top. Okay, so at the top he has a video background. And then they're jumping into some of the features, you know, what you get with the app. Then there's a team page, and then there's a contact page. I would actually probably, obviously, A/B test this, but create a different page that's parkingangelsapp.com/team, and throw your team details there, just so it's not additional information on the page, because there's one call to action here for getting on the subscriber list, and then there's another contact here at the bottom just for sending messages. So I don't know, that's just a little bit of feedback. And also, I like to know who these people are, so maybe making these names clickable so it takes them to their Twitter account, just knowing who they are, if they've been involved with like past projects. It's always interesting for early adopters to see who's actually behind it, not only the face, but like actually traceable who those people are.
All right, Izzy, do you want to take a stab at goodshave.com as the next page?
Sure, let's take a look at Good Shave. Let me open it up real quick. Somewhere in here. There's our little spreadsheet with our landing page reviews. Okay. Now, right now, my internet's running somewhat slow because I've been opening the pages. But, okay, Good Shave should load pretty quickly. And something that's interesting here, you can already see that my email is pre-filled because I've signed up on this page before. I've had the chance to, well, actually we've had the chance to review this page several weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. So my browser is smart enough to remember that I signed up on the page, and that's a KickoffLabs feature, and very cool. Obviously, that'll get traced to my referral data as well. If I decide to visit the thank you page, I can see my progress. So let's go ahead and review their page. Now, it's looking awfully busy with the fonts for me. You know, there's a lot of the Good Shave type font, like Good Day, looking for a good shave, and it looks somewhat busy. But let me take a look at the rest of the page. I mean, it's pretty clear now that it's for Canada. If I'm not mistaken, that was one of our little peeves in the past, that it wasn't specifying exactly who it was for, and now you're not saying that it's specifically for Canada, but you're saying that it's shipping within Canada, you know, free shipping. And then I see the Canadian dollar here, so it's kind of a little bit more obvious. But it looks like an overall good page. I'm not in love with the use of the images here, because you see how it stands out, like the white against the gray. If it's possible, export these images as transparent PNGs. I mean, that would just make the black image visible, and it would make the white part transparent. So it would just make it look a little bit more professional, give it a slightly more professional feel. But I mean, overall, it looks like a great page.
I think the other professional comment I had was at the bottom with the testimonials. There's two different sizes. Ideally, you want to make those testimonial images the same size, so that the circles are the same size on the page. And that'll also make it look a little bit more professional. I have on my screen up, they are using a KickoffLabs exit intent widget. So we have a feature called KickoffLabs Bounce. I tried to leave the page. And it says, hey, good buddy, don't leave quite yet. Join the goodshave.com revolution and receive a coupon for 50% off when we launch. Great example of an incentive that's on the page. And I think it's on the headline of the page too. I might change this text where it says, please join us. I might change it to join us by entering your email address, just to be really clear what you're asking for. And then instead of saying subscribe, it should say get 50% off. It should match this headline. So the subscribe button should say get 50% off when we launch. And I think that'll help with the conversions on this exit intent version of the page. I'll let you keep going, Izzy.
Well, I love that exit intent, because it's actually worded very nicely with the that the incentive is very strong. We have we have default text, which is basically before you leave, or it says please wait or something like that. But we like to see people that actually customize it, and that's a great example.
Yeah, and I also noticed that incentive is not reflected on the main page. So it says
Exactly.
sign up below to get early access. It should say sign up below to get 50% off when we launch. If you're willing to give that as an incentive, you can put it here and still reuse the same incentive on the exit intent. I would, come out strong, come out punching with your best incentive. The exit intent is meant to be a different way to phrase the incentive, or a different way to phrase the call up, or to get somebody's attention with something before they leave in case they missed it. But so I don't think you need to wait until somebody tries to leave to be like, no, we'll give you 50%. If you're willing to do that, use it right up front. Just come out strong with it.
Yeah, exactly. Come out strong, give it to everybody. That's a great piece of advice. Because actually, I have seen that as well with some customers. Let me see if it pops up on my screen. No, because I have visited this page before, and our exit intent is smart enough to know that I visited. But Josh has a great point. Placing your incentive on the page and then just simply rewording it, just rephrasing it in your exit intent, and that should help improve your conversion rate drastically. But yeah, great page overall. We like the changes.
Did they change the thank you page? You want to take a look at that?
Let's have a look. Okay, so let's see what happens. Get free razors, and yes, I want to get free razors. Looks like something funky might be going on here, Josh. I signed up.
Okay. It looks like they used an image background with text in the image, which I'd typically recommend against. It's better to have the text up front, and so the image stays the same here on the thank you page. And so now you've got text over text. If you need help figuring this out, we can help. I would send people to a dedicated thank you page in your case here, and so you can. That's the easiest way to fix it, is set up a dedicated thank you page. With a referral scheme, with a leaderboard, something on there that gets people to the next page. I'm glad we looked at this, because you should be able to set this up pretty easily in the campaign. If you have any questions, you can email support@kickofflabs.com. We'd be happy to help. But this is because the background image has the text in it, and so the background image is the same, and we replace the form with the thank you text by default. And you can change that to go to a different page, or you could change the background image here to just be to have the text as actual text on the page, which will look better on mobile devices anyway. All right, what page do we have next? Let's see, we did Job Lab. Was anybody else here? I don't think anybody else was actually here. If you are here, speak up. We'll go to one of the next pages on the list, which I believe I opened up as Lead Power. Promotions.leadpower.net. Quick about the page. Let's see. The first thing I see is that Lead Power logo, and it says lead generation since 1998, which I guess now feels like a long time. Yes, we're offering 10 free real-time MLM leads and earn up to 300 free real-time leads. It's a little bit confusing. What you're offering. So there's 10 free leads and earn up to. So I assume if I refer the page, then I'll earn up to 300 leads. I would simply focus. This is a case where you've got a great incentive on the first page with just the 10. I would maybe save. I'm going to go against my advice from before, because it's in the one case it was a discount, and you weren't like offering a 40% discount and then a 50% discount when they leave. This is sort of like saying, 20% discount and now a 50% discount. It's the same thing. So I really would just keep it simple. Like, we're offering, 10 free MLM leads. One thing I might do is that tagline. I might say, we do, the best way to do multi-level marketing lead generation will give you 10 free leads. Because I still think it'd be great to explain what you do in a short sentence before you get to the incentive. And then you use that other text. So you say, we'll give you 10 free leads after you've explained what we do, and then use this space for simply by registering for our, for whatever you're asking them to register for, simply by, registering to get your leads. The call to action does match. It says free leads, sign up. It could say get my free leads. I think that would be better to say get my free leads. This register now, should probably say, how do I get my leads? Something that matches in. So keep it all consistent throughout. Like, we're offering 10 free real-time leads, but how? And imagine the person visiting the page asking themselves these questions. How do you get your leads, you ask, question mark. Enter your information, and then you tell your story a bit more about what you do. So I would focus on that, like a sentence of about what you do, say what you're giving away, then say all you have to do is sign up. How do I get my leads? You sign up. It's a little repetitive, but imagine each section has to stand on its own and have its own job here. And then you tell your story, like, we produce 2,000 leads daily. Simply enter your information and we can get going with your account. And then this call to action should say get free leads. And there's a video here, which I think some people will watch. I think somewhere between 40 or 45% of people will typically will watch a video or at least start a video on a page. And so it's worth having. I'm sure it explains everything pretty quickly, but I'm focused on the page. Scroll down. It tells a bit more about the business. Simply the best way to promote your business and get more enrollments, 98 provide leads. So this is all fine. Below the fold copy, you're explaining the story more, talking about what you do more throughout the page. I think you just really want to keep focusing and running your test on this headline and this headline, and have a couple of variants that see how much do you have to explain what you're doing. Is that sentence before this necessary? Because you can test this all out on the page. And so what happens after I sign up? So Josh. Great. Thanks for your interest. Invite friends and earn rewards. Earn up to 3. So invite friends, and you could earn up to 300 free real-time leads. Again, with the yellow, I'm not sure why people are into the yellow. I guess it matches the brand. I would keep this simply as a white text, or something that's a little bit easier on the eyes to read with the background, or a less busy background on the page here, so that people can read it. And I would say it's not earn amazing rewards. It's invite friends and earn. Just cut this. It's invite friends and earn up to 300 leads. And then you show the scheme, the referral scheme, ready to get started. Some good text here that explains people what should do, and secondary call to action. So overall good. I think there's just some tweaks I would make to the headlines on the page, as I called out in the review. And once you make those tweaks and you run some tests, let us know how it's going. And let's see, OpenBay SMB. Izzy, do you want to start with that one?
Well, actually, I did want to start with that one, but for some reason, it says all bummer for me, and it says OpenBay is not available in your area yet, because actually we're a remote team and I'm located outside of the US. And
maybe I can start with it.
Exactly, yeah.
All right.
I'm sure that's the one. I'm sure that's the one.
I bet this is the one, the one that's here.
Don't limit people by demographic location. I mean, I travel to and from the US. Don't limit people. Why would you do that?
Yeah, I'm not sure why you would do it, because you can make it very clear where, what countries it's for, and say we're not. You could even put them a message that says we're not available in your area, but we might be someday.
I can't even grab a screenshot. Darn it!
So I would think about not limiting people to within locations, because what if somebody was traveling for a week and they saw the link and they're looking on the internet? Because I mean, people do take their phones and computers on vacations out of the country, and they do read emails and stuff. And what if they're traveling? And there's no reason to exclude international visitors, because you're going to ask people for their license plate and their state number, which is going to naturally make people who it's not for. If I actually do live full time in another country and it's not for me, well, then I'll figure that out myself pretty quickly. No need to shut the door on people right away. So OpenBay, need repair work done, start here first. Stop overpaying for auto repair, compare prices from mechanics near you. I like the pitch. It's simple. You're speaking to the user, say need repair work done, start here. I might make this font a little bit bigger, stop overpaying, because I mean, that's a primary benefit. Like, this is your primary benefit statement. And the font size is just as small as, I think, this font size or this font size. And then you can go back to a bigger font size with the steps, like enter your vehicle, add repair for what you need. I think it'd be great if you said, if you had, let's see, tell us how to reach you with offers. So if I enter, let's see how to do that.
Real quick, our awesome support person, Shauna, who we admire, we love, because she takes care of a lot of our support tickets, and I'm sure many of you have actually dealt with her. She told me, why don't you try it without the exclamation point, because the actual URL uses an exclamation point. She said that it works for her, and still no go. So so yes, they are limiting something server side. So just avoid doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, the exclamation point's weird in the URL. I took it out just to open the page. I thought maybe that was causing problems, and it worked fine with me without it. I wish I could get a little further. I wish you had an offer for me if I wasn't quite ready to get a car repair done. Because imagine, like, I hear about your service, but I don't have any repairs I need now, which is the case. This pop-up offer should maybe be like, your guide to getting the best, the cheapest car repairs, or just something that relates to your offer. Like, you're turning away people in another country, and now you're turning away people who don't currently have car repair needs. But what if I did in the future? You could offer something that would make people want to, a pop-up offer or something on this page that would make people want to sign up and give you their email address so that you can market to them in case they ever do need auto repair. Because the problem with this form today is, like, if I'm not ready and I don't have a plate number right in front of me, or I don't have a VIN number or make model, or I just don't need a car repair right now, there's no reason for me to stay on the page. There's no reason for me to get connected with you as a company. I would really think about how you do that. We've got some features at KickoffLabs, some bounce widgets, some exit intent widgets, some pop-up forms that you could use to have some incentive. And I would actually just put it on the page, like, right below this form, say, don't have car repair needs? That's okay. Here's how we can help you, and give them some sort of offer, some sort of guide, some sort of discount for their future needs if they come back, some reason to enter their email address and get connected with you so that you can market to them along the way. Because I feel like you're missing out on an awful lot of conversions that you could be getting if you actually were more inclusive of all the people that visited your landing page. Izzy, did you have any feedback?
No, you pretty much nailed it. If I could access the page, I would provide more. So unfortunate for them.
Yeah, and then the only other thing, the testimonial section, I might, I still would have that secondary call to action for people that don't need a repair today before it. But the testimonial section, it's always great to have a picture. It makes it feel more real for the testimonials. So instead of the car, have a picture of a person, or one of these two people, or both of the people, or a picture next to the left or the right of each side. So it feels a little bit more real if there's a picture with the testimonials than just a name and a quick statement about it. I think the only other thing is, I might think about separating, like, here's our process, like, we make it simple. I might put this below here and have over here, you might test it against, like, how this works, because I'm a little bit confused, like, what you're gonna do. Like, I don't know why I'm entering the plate number, or maybe some text in the form, like why I need to enter my vehicle information. Like, couldn't I just, tell the repair I need and then, my zip code? Like, is there ways to simplify it, or ways to at least explain why you're asking for this information? Like, I'm not sure why I would need a license plate number, and then be checking the plate to get prices from mechanics. Shouldn't I just need, like, a make model of the car? I'm not sure what the plate model gets you unless you're doing this for me. In which case, I would still lead with, like, you need sort of information about the car, or enter your license plate number, because the license plate number feels like, boy, I'm giving you my license plate number. I don't know. It feels a little weird to do that first up front, or to ask for it up front. So maybe switching the order, like, they know what kind of repair they need. Maybe you ask for that first, and then ask for the information, so you get them committed with something simpler that they know, and then ask for this. So maybe try switching out the order of this form is something I would think about also. All right, I think that's everybody that's here today. I don't have any other pages. We can, if we didn't get to your page, you're watching this, let us know. We can store it for one of the next reviews. I appreciate everybody for coming today. If you're not already a KickoffLabs customer, I'm sure that we can find a way to help you get more leads, to come up with a smarter campaign, to run a contest, to engage your audience, whether or not you're launching a new product or you want to simply take 10,000 people and turn it into 20,000 people very quickly. Those are the campaigns that we run. You can run referral competitions, you can build a wait list, you can set up a coming soon page like you saw today. You can run any sort of contest or giveaways. And just people use it for all sorts of reasons. They start crowdfunding campaigns with the service. They use it for all sorts of great reasons. And like I said, you could have pop-up forms on your page, secondary calls to action with some virality to it. We power all of those things. Basically, anything we're giving away a lead magnet to attract an email address, we can be there for you. So go ahead, give KickoffLabs a try. We love it. We use it. We think you'll love it too. Feel free to give us some feedback. We'd love to hear from you. If you have feedback on how we can improve these review sessions, I'd love to hear from you as well. That's all the time I've got for today. Thanks everybody for joining in. If you signed up, we'll be sending out a recap by the end of the week for this chat. Thanks very much. Bye.